Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to our witnesses for their testimony. You know, our year-long health crisis has marked by extreme shutdowns and economic hardships, created new problems and challenges for families, communities, and small businesses across Kansas. However, due to timely and targeted federal assistance and the reliance of American workers and businesses, we are turning the corner on this unprecedented pandemic. A year ago today, I testified before the Rules Committee on the second COVID-19 package. I was proud that Congress was able to come together and pass 5 bipartisan COVID relief packages. However, I'm dismayed today that we passed a $1.9 trillion partisan package that has more payoffs and bailouts than real COVID relief. You know, this bill that was passed yesterday had only 9% of the legislation goes towards fighting COVID health issues. States like my own are experiencing revenue growth. This February, Kansas collected $7.6 million more in tax revenue than in February of 2020. Revenues are up 14.2% over this same last fiscal year. As mentioned earlier, California is up as well, and actually on average, all states are up. You know, in 2020 fiscal year or calendar year, Kansas collected 13.5 million more in taxes than in 2019. So, you know, in addition to this, Kansas received significant assistance from Congress, like other states. So there's really no revenue gap to close at the state level. So we're seeing this bailout come at the wrong time. I mean, cases are dropping, hospitalizations are down, more and more Americans are receiving the vaccine thanks to Operation Warp Speed. And with so many states outperforming revenue projections and safely considering reopening, the cry for bailout seems to be the wrong time. Prior to coming to Congress, I served as county treasurer and state treasurer. So I certainly understand bonding needs and programs that help support these local needs. In fact, I personally signed thousands of municipal bonds when I was served as state treasurer. And COVID-19 has added healthcare costs, most of which, if not all, have been paid for in terms of funding that's been provided by the federal dollars in CARES and the other four provisions. So one of the things I don't want to do is force Kansas taxpayers to pay for failed policies in some other states. Right now, what we need to do is focus on how do we get moving forward, get the economy open, and the best thing we can do is defeat the virus and reopen schools and rebuild the economy. Mr. Hendricks, I do have a question. You mentioned in your testimony that most states are already dug out of the projected budgetary shortfalls. In your view, do states and local governments need more funding with no accountability?
The reality is if you're an essential worker hoping for a vaccine and for that vaccine process to be sped up, this bill does not help you. Just 1% of the relief bill that was just passed is actually going toward vaccines. If you're a parent with a child who can't go to school in person, this bill also doesn't help you, does not make schools reopen in any way. And especially if you're a state that's managed to safely reopen their economy. I believe in Kansas, unemployment rates right now are at 3.5%. You're punished for doing that. And other states, Nebraska, 3% unemployment rate. Those places that are getting workers back to work are punished. And meanwhile, states like California that are enjoying massive surpluses, cutting stimulus checks to their own citizens, they're the ones that get the most money. And meanwhile, even in Illinois, which is going practically bankrupt, the governor now doesn't even have to lift a finger to fix their pension crisis. This is not a rightly targeted bill. This is a poorly targeted bill that isn't actually addressing what we need, which is vaccinate the population, safely reopen so we can get on with our lives.
That's right. I'd like to see businesses get reopened so that our local governments can collect sales tax and the businesses will be able to pay their property tax bills and move forward from there.